Well, hello everybody, we're here with the 2019 British champion Charles Wright. We're at his workshop at the moment and we're going to talk to him a little bit about how he prepares for the Speedway season. So Charles, first of all, when does the season sort of begin for you? Does it start at the very end of the previous year, or do you take some downtime before you start making preparations?
Well, obviously I went to Australia in November to December, and then as soon as you get back, it doesn't really stop from there, really, from getting yourself fit and ready for the season and building the bikes ready. So, to be honest, it's a full-time job. Obviously, trying to keep sponsors on board from the previous year, looking to get new sponsors on board and going up and down the country, and then obviously go from there and start seeing what budget you can do for the season and building the bikes. I go and see my existing sponsors to thank them for the year for helping me. Go and see them personally. I think that's always a good touch because obviously to see what funds you can do, because the bikes are really expensive to run, and see what I can afford for the year and start building. I always like to get stuff done earlier and out of the way and get everything organised and all my engines in for service and back just in time for the season, and so you have plenty of time to prepare for the season, because as soon as you start you're riding 4 or 5 times a week and it's non-stop from there, so I obviously like to get stuff done early as I can.
Your house is a tiny bit too small for a workshop, isn't it? A little terrace in Stalybridge. So we're actually up here at the moment at your grandfather's farm. Jim Jacobi, of course, used to ride for Bellevue. It's ideal, really, this situation, isn't it? It's nice, it's picturesque, but it's big, and that's what you need, especially to prepare for a season like this one.
Yeah, I'm quite luckily, obviously, with my granddad having a big garage, so it's got everything to do a bike in and plenty of room, and it's out the way, which is another good thing, and there's not many people around to snoop about what's in your garage, so yeah, it's perfect.
I mean, we all know that Jim was a great rider back in his day, and I mean, I think, is it fair to say last year when you won the British final and he expressed his pride in you, not only as a rider but as his grandson, that made you really happy, didn't it?
Yeah, it was meant a lot to me, obviously brought me into the game. It's a family thing with us, and it was good for it to finally pay off after all these years of starting off as a young kid.
Brilliant. So you've got 4 bikes at the moment that you're in the middle of building. They're almost finished. Are all of them completely brand new, or are any bits, any chassis, any wheels recycled from last year?
This one behind me is a brand new bike, and a couple of the other, one of the others is near enough brand new, but 2 are from last year, which I just get the stuff I need from just to build you up and tidy them, because you're looking about 3.5 to 4 grand per bike, so it's very expensive to, for four bikes, brand new bikes to be built. So I just try and see, obviously with sponsors wise, and what I can afford to go into the next season. These are the things that make you go further in the sport, and I'm dead particular with all my stuff, and everything's got to be right going into a meeting, because you can't afford to have any faults going into a meeting, and so I like to be in here as much as possible.
And every penny certainly well spent, you would say.
Yeah, every penny goes straight back into these bikes, because that's the only way you're going to go further in the sport. So yeah.
But it's not just the bikes, is it, that is the ones that need preparing? You yourself, personally, as an athlete, you need to make sure that you're in tip-top condition before the season rolls around. So I assume you train quite intensely during the winter months.
Yes, as soon as I have probably a month off after the season, sort of halfway through December, I start back into it, and then I probably train about 5-6 times a week and prepare myself for a long season, because I think before the season's the most important thing, because you're sharp and you're switched on, ready, and over the last three 3 years have really come on, and I think the training side of it and working hard and getting myself ready for the season's been a massive difference for me, myself. I do 3 to 4 times a week with my personal trainer and probably 2 days in the gym, so probably be about 6 times a week I'll train and have 1 day off and start the week again, so it doesn't stop really. And yeah, it's a good balance. It's tough in the winter where it's so cold, and you know, we're about 6 weeks away now. I'm probably 80% there with building me bikes, and yeah, it's just round the corner, and hopefully I can kick on like I did last year.
And if you don't mind me saying, just obviously one more thing, which I should have probably started this video with. Sad time for the sport at the moment with the news of Dani at the weekend. Is there anything you'd like to say just in tribute to Dani?
Obviously, it's a horrible thing that's happened. I think Dani was loved by a lot of people, and me myself, and he was such a character in the sport, and he'll be well missed. And a lot of people will be saying, we'll do this for you, Dani, and I'll be the same for this year. So
Charles Wright's season dedicated to Dani Ayres.
Yes.
Charles, thank you very much.
No problem.